Hi everybody, welcome to the Psychology 2, and I'm going to walk you through your assignment. This is a video assignment, and essentially what you're going to do is if you will, a PSA, like a public service announcement, if you will, 10 to 15 minutes, and you've been put in a group. So if you go to Tools in the shell for Psychology 2, go to the Tools, go down to Groups, and you will find your group there. You'll find which group you're in, and all you're really in there for as a group is for the topic. So let's scroll down. All right, so it's due April 1st. No, it's not an April Fool's joke, unfortunately. It is for real. But the group you're in is just for the topic purposes. So perhaps you've been put in the biology and psychology chapter topic. So now your job is to go into that chapter and look for a topic that you think you'd like to do some investigative reporting on. Something that gives you some information about how it might apply to your personal or professional career. So the first thing you need to do is develop that topic or develop a question. You know, how is it important to your personal growth, or how is it important to your career aspirations? And then find two academically valid articles of interest that help clarify that for yourself. Now, I really want you to use the Georgian Library. Now, the reason being is, one, you pay for the services that are in the library and all the resources that are in there, so you should take advantage of it. But more importantly is that you can be assured that using that library, you will get scholarly reviewed and peer-reviewed journals and articles which make it legitimate. Google searches don't make legitimate searches. They all are focused on what you've been searching in the past, and it learns how you and what you want. So it's not the best search engine to do an academic piece of work. All right, so but when you do get into the library, make sure you click scholarly peer reviewed, and that will just increase the likelihood of the credibility and reliability of the sources. So that's really important. Now, this you're going to use, or at least I'm suggesting that you use, a software that's called, it's a website called Screencast-O-Matic, and this enables you to make a video just recording your screen of your computer and you talking to the computer, kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm using a different software, but you don't see me, and what you're seeing on the screen is just the Word document. Now, in what we'll see on your screen for this assignment will be a PowerPoint presentation, and your voice will be speaking to the topic, and then that software, Screencast-O-Matic, will make your screen video and your voice into a video that can be posted in Blackboard. Now, there's a couple of things, and I'll make sure that you watch the Screencast-O-Matic tutorial that I'll post in, let's see, I'm going to put it in the video resource folder, and I'm also going to put it in week 7, but I'll also put it in the syllabus and assignment and journals folder beside or near your assignment. It's important to know how to create a share URL. It's just like in YouTube. If you want to share a video with somebody by emailing the URL, you have to click share and then get the source code and put it in as a link. That's exactly what you can do with Screencast-O-Matic, is create a share link that you can post in Blackboard. Now, it's important to be able to post these share URLs, because the videos, when we have 45 students, and if all 45 of you put in an MP4, some of you won't get it in because we'll have filled up the entire shell with too much data. So please, URL share links only, not the MP4s, not MOVs. And you're not obligated to use Screencast-O-Matic. It's just that it's free, and it makes a video from what you create from a PowerPoint. But if you have another way of making a video, or you have a YouTube channel, it also creates a share link, and that's fine with me. Make sure, though, when you do this, if I'm just ready to move and I shouldn't have moved, is see down here it says everything must be a PDF. So your sources from the library can all be downloaded as a PDF. And then I really want you to make a script of what you're going to say in your video. It's exactly what I do with my videos. I create scripts and I read them. and get familiar with it. And then when I make my videos, it looks like I'm really informed, and I might be, but at the same time, I'm also reading. So you can do the same thing. It's pretty straightforward, but everything gets submitted as a PDF and the URL share. Okay, now let's get this down a little bit more and break it down a little further. We'll go into page 3, and here I'm emphasizing it's 10 to 15 minutes in your video. You might be surprised how quickly that will go. If you've done all your research and have written out your script, you may find that it actually, you may have to edit out some things. But for every minute less than 10 or every minute over 15, you lose a grade. You really just have to focus on 10 to 15 minutes. Now, the first thing you do is get your articles. Narrow down your topic, get some articles, read the articles. I've given you some tips here around what needs to be thought about about your sources. Then summarize those articles. And then step 3 would be, so what? What do the articles do to help you understand the issue? How does it strengthen your position? Does it tell you something about the question that you had in mind? What's important here is I do not want personal opinion and I do not want quotes. Just tell me in your own words the author's perspective. Okay? Because what we're trying to do here is do the research to answer a question that we had about the topic that we had. And so if we have a predetermined answer, we don't want to end with that predetermined answer. We want to do the research and find out what the research says. All right, so let's move to step 4. Now you're going to put together a PowerPoint. You're certainly welcome to use Prezi or any other presentation software. When you open up PowerPoint and create a PowerPoint presentation and then say play the PowerPoint show, it takes up the whole screen, and every time you push enter it moves to the next item or the next slide. That's exactly what you do with Screencast-O-Matic. The difference is Screencast-O-Matic is going to record what your screen shows. And if you attach a microphone to your computer, then your voice gets picked up and that video is made. When you end Screencast-O-Matic, it will produce a video for you. You post that video in Screencast-O-Matic's website and you get a share URL from that site. And you can then post that. So that's what you're basically doing. I can put a very important caveat here, and that is, please do not try to do this assignment in the last week. Every student who has tried to do that has struggled enormously. One, it's hard to do all the research and the script in a week, let alone making the video and then making sure that everything's in there. So please, I will be posting some announcements to remind you about getting started. So if you tell me in the last week that you couldn't get it done, I'm going to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's going to be sounding that harsh, but I'm not trying to be. This is your opportunity in post-secondary to learn time management, and that's a really important skill set for academics and for career. Okay? So if we scroll down here, we see the rubrics. And where you see the bulk of the mark is in your multimedia, so don't dress down your PowerPoint. I would like to see way more graphics, pictures, graphs, very, very little text. Maybe 3 words or 4 words or 1 sentence is the most text per slide. The summary really needs to be concise and complete about the author's point of view. No quotes and no opinion, just your own words being expressed about what the author said. Okay? The practical application is around how does this going to affect you personally or in your personal life. The creativity and professionalism is, if you try to do this without a script, it'll sound like you didn't use a script, and that's not as professional. Use a script, read it a couple of times, and then try making your video sound interested, sound like you're informed, and that comes with having done good research and having been prepared. The video then is 10 to 15 minutes in length, and that the resources need to be from the Georgian Library. If you give me a .com, you should be aware .com means commercial, which doesn't necessarily mean it's credible. It means someone's trying to sell you something. So .com isn't the best place, and so please do not do a Google search. Georgian College Library Services, please. All right, that is the assignment. I hope you find this useful. I have had some great examples over the last 15 years. And yes, I've been doing video assignments with students in this class for 15 years. It has been an outstanding example of how some of the work can get done, and when you create pictures and do your script, it actually comes across much better than you might think. So I look forward to your assignments. Good luck, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.